This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Monday. Welcome into the Morning Hookup. Bill Hooks, YZ. Hope your Monday's off to a great start. Christmas week. It's here.
You got all your shopping done?
My wife did. She did great.
By the look on that face.
She did great. I'm in that world now where I'm like, I see some of what the kids get, and I'm surprised. I'm like, oh, you're welcome.
But then you got to play it off like, hey, I was there when she picked that out.
They get it now. They just laugh. They're like, Dad, you don't even know, do you? Nope. I'm very surprised. But I'm also in that world right now because like everybody else is. And boy, shout out all the people out there that are this week delivering Christmas cheer.
Oh.
Give them grace. Give them a break. Because if they're like me, my house will probably see a lot of these great people. A lot this weekend because I'm in the mode where I'm like, I do for my wife. I'm listening throughout the year. Right. And then I'm like, oh, I got to order that. Nothing has come in yet. I've gotten emails that said it's out. There's something out for delivery today, but it's still coming. So I'm up against it. Okay.
People are doing their last minute shopping.
Yeah. Flood X10, busy day, but we got it. Go get it. I tell you what's awesome about the people that do that. Like, so like at our office or at the house, it's the same guys that I see. I've gotten to know them, being great people that they are. Yeah. So when they come up to the office, they come up to we're on the second floor of an office. And the ladies there we have a ton of snacks. Like I can't even go to the office because I like start gaining weight just looking at the snacks.
Get a sugar rush.
Yeah. So we give it all to them. They like we have bottles of water for them. We get to know what they like. Like one of our guys likes those the Alanis, so we stock those. And they come in and just go through and get snacks. I'm like, man, get your snacks. Man, get some fuel.
Yeah, they deserve it
because we see them early. We see them early. Like usually when I'm there, it's like right after the show. We'll catch the guys around 11:30ish, 11:45. So it's like their little lunch snack. What's crazy is that because it's the same guys, I will also be at home at like, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I hear him knock at the door, and it's the same guy. So I get to see him twice to say hi.
Delivering all day like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard these guys, and it's incredible. Guys, girls that are doing this, like, they're doing this, like, I mean, it's their job, right? It's their job. It's what they love to do, but it's a sacrifice.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I hear the numbers. I've got your stop 5 of 187 stops today.
Oh yeah, I've had some friends who have worked for Amazon. They've showed me pictures of their trucks. They're like,
my goodness,
I got to get all these done by 6 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, good luck, buddy. There's absolutely no shot. So yeah, especially at this time of year, be weary of sending any hatred towards those people.
Or anybody for that case.
Yeah, it's Christmas cheer.
You know, it's just like I was talking to someone that works at in the retail side here. And it's the stuff they go through. You know, it's the stuff they go through about like right now, if you're going to a store, you're last minute shopping. And if there's only extra large left, I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Yeah.
There's no help.
Should have came months ago.
Yeah, should have came months ago. But take care. We got a lot to get to today. A lot. Husker hoops last night. We'll talk that. College football playoff. Talk that a little bit. NFL Week 16. Evan Blim with Omaha World Herald coming up in the second hour. Then stories that we missed. Also address that we will be here Monday, today, and tomorrow, and then we're on break. I think after that, our next show will be January the 5th. Going forward, because we're all going to take that sabbatical. Being gone and the holidays, the way they fall and things like that. So, today, tomorrow, and then we're gone for a little bit, but we'll be back. Hopefully, I don't know. We got to sign a new contract. I don't know. I haven't been told. Hope it's not one of those things you walk up and your key card doesn't work anymore. But last night we had Husker hoops. Boy, sluggish start.
To say the least.
I was there. I was like, all right, this is that game where it's all right. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. I didn't think to that level, being down 2 at half. Boy, I don't know if I've seen it was a bad shooting first half. That's all there was to it. There were open looks, not making shots. But just I will say this: I still felt okay at half. I was a little like, ugh. I never thought that we were going to lose that game. Defensively, we were really good in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting wise, it was rusty. I want to say, like, did we start 0 for 12 from 3?
Yeah, I think I remember looking at the box.
So I'm like, whoa.
At one point, I think at one point we're like 1 for 16, 1 for 17, something like that.
Man.
The only problem with shooting like that, because like you said, they were open looks. Like if you're getting open and you're shooting, like, I mean, there were some that were contested, yeah, but the only problem is when you get in a Big Ten play and you shoot like that, you're gonna get run off the floor. And so you got to find ways to get to the basket, and that was, probably my only cause for concern was, okay, they're not falling. You got to find some way, some other way to put points on the board, and they kept shooting. And then in the second half, they started to figure out. They started to get a little more downhill, get closer to the basket, and then ended up pulling away. But yeah, the first half was rough,
nasty. First half, 9 of 32, 28%, 2 of 18 from 3.
Yeah,
to start the half,
rough.
Yeah, rough. I mean, Price coming off that awesome on the road game against Illinois. Started 0 for, he finishes 3 of 10, 1 of 5. Going to have nights like that, okay? We're going to have nights like that. Frager turned the tide, man. Defensively, the aggressiveness really turned that tide. If you look at some of the plus minuses, he was plus 20 last night when he was on the floor. Jamarcus Lawrence plus 24. He was 5 of 14. A lot of shots out of Jamarcus last night. Sam, another good night, 6 of 11, plus 23 out there. Again, defensively really good. Now the second half turned. They found a way. That second half was, all right, wake up. As you heard Burkay talk about in the post game, was just go be yourselves. Fritz mess was go be yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try too hard. Don't try. And by the way, shout out the crowd. That's what an 11-0 team does. They get butts in seats. It was huge last night for I would call it a sleepy by Sunday night, 7 o'clock game. But it was packed. Downtown was packed. They were in the rafters last night. But unfortunately, the crowd could never really get into it in that first half.
That was going to be my question, was the spot of this game. These kids just got done with the semester. Mm-hmm. They just came off of a road trip against Illinois a week ago. This is their first game in 8 days. Just finished their fall semester. Do you think that probably played a little bit into the, it's a Sunday night game, 7 o'clock. We're playing against North Dakota. I know you don't want to have that mentality, but I think there was a little bit of that. Just
there was probably something there.
Tired legs,
Yeah, I just didn't think they looked like themselves. Rank did not look like himself.
They were just off.
Yeah, something just wasn't there. They were open looks.
Right.
Just not knocking him down. I mean, the number of shots that I saw like be long and graze the rim baffled me.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting game. As you saw at halftime, they were down, 26-24. And they, by the way, when we talk about this is what top 15 teams do. They come back, they find a way. They scored 54 points in the second half.
They sure did. And
shot, by the way, 19 of 30, 63%. I think there might have been a message to quit shooting threes because they shot 18 of them in the first. They only shot 9. There were 4 of 9 in the second half, 12 of 13 from the line. Frager had one of those nights when you look at his box score, 5 of 8. It was 7 of 8 from the line. His 7 of his 17 came from the line.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think we had like 39 points or something like that with about 10 or 11 minutes to go.
Went off.
And those last 10 minutes, they just turned it up. So you saw what this team can be offensively. And they can explode. And if the threes are falling and you get to the basket like you did in the second half, it's a scary team.
It is. It can be for sure. But then you look up and you kind of in a sleepy walkway in the second half, and you're like, all right, we're going to win this game. I know. I don't know if everybody else but me and everybody else on the board, and I know a fan did. You looked up and go, wait a minute. Berke is on the doorstep of a triple-double. And he knocks down a 3 to get it last night. He talked about a fan yelled out, hey, you just need one more bucket and an assist.
Really? That's what it was?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
He didn't know. I'm not. You get those things. You don't know. His postgame said he thought Frager was at the line, and one of the fans yelled out, you just need a bucket and assist, Berke. Triple-double. And he gets it. 4th one in the history of Nebraska basketball. Half of those are on the current team, by the way. Rank and now Berke. Hold 2 of those, along with, I believe, Cam Mack and Delano Banton are the other 2. 4th one in the Nebraska history, triple-double last night for Berke. 12, 11, and 10.
As soon as he got that ball, that shot was going up.
Oh, yeah, there was no doubt. There was not a doubt out there.
They're giving him space. He said, all right, yeah, I'm pulling this one.
And I think if he would have missed it, somehow they would have came back and got it to him again.
Yeah.
Just to get that triple-double.
Well, he had a sweet assist, too, to get his 10th.
Yep.
The behind the back to, I think it was Sammy down low on the fast break.
He's playing that role.
Absolutely.
That role is being played. Now, I think, unfortunately, last night, you saw Oogie warming up last night. Thought maybe he gets some minutes. I wonder, I have a feeling that the game flow did not allow him to get in that game, especially the first half.
Yeah. There's something you got to play by ear. No reason to throw him out there yet.
No, but they get it done in a big way. And a lot of people they don't cover it, but I don't care. I don't care. This team will be just fine. They go to 12-0. 12-0. You get them one more time before we jump straight into conference stuff. 8 days away. What day is it? I don't know. The 30th or something like that. I think they play against New Hampshire coming up, as everybody will get their nice needed break coming up. Let's see here. Yep, New Hampshire, December 30th. That's a Tuesday night, 8 o'clock on the Big Ten Network down at the PBA. And then that much anticipated now match. For all intents and purposes, Nebraska should be 13-0 going against a New Hampshire team coming up. And that night will be electric. Friday night, 8 o'clock against Michigan State.
Top 15 matchup.
Yes, maybe bigger. Arena. Maybe bigger. We don't know.
Could
see
be.
What the polls say today when they come out.
Could be.
Could see a couple teams. I know their net ranking probably will be somewhere in there. It'll be the next test for Nebraska, because right after that you get that, and then you got to hit the road for a couple. We go to Ohio State, which we're going to talk about that team a little bit because I watched them play on Saturday in an electric college basketball game on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I did too.
Yeah, you did too. You were watching that as well. They go back-to-back road games. They'll go at Ohio State, at Indiana in that mode. So, but again, they are 12-0. You got it done. You move on, take a little break, get the feedback, get ready to go. So, all right, let's take our first break. And when we come back, let's talk about the college football playoff. I got so many thoughts.
Me too.
Yuck. Let's talk about that and a whole lot more when we return.
I think I'm going to power through the show today and then go back to sleep.
It was a little bit, I know I was up early like I always am, but I laid in the bed this morning because I kept thinking all the kids are on break.
Yeah.
They're all sleeping.
Nothing for you to do.
Why do I got to get up this time? Why? I don't have to.
Your body's just used to it.
Don't have to.
I feel fine right now, but I know as soon as this energy drink wears off, I'm going to just collapse.
Or just have another one. What up, Ernesto? What up, Connor? Good morning. He said, Scourge at 12-0, and well, the Chicago Bears are the cardiac Bears. Life is good. Happy holidays, fellas. Happy holidays, Connor. Appreciate you. Scores. That's hilarious. That is funny. Ba-ba. I get that set there. Welcome back in the morning hookup again. Happy Monday. I just read something that like this makes me laugh. And I know we got stories we missed coming up way later. ESPN just is now reporting like this is funny, right? Like that the Tar Heels, North Carolina, and Bill Belichick are working towards a deal to bring Bobby Petrino on as the OC. That just makes me giggle.
Yeah.
Huh. Watch out, sorority row.
A lot of jokes to be made.
Yeah, a lot of jokes to be made. What will he ride his motorcycle from Fayetteville to Chapel Hill? Don't know. When does Christmas start for you? You already had one? I had one on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. All right, so you get the yes. And we'll go back. We had one on Sunday. Whew.
And then I'm gonna try and get to my dad's that lives 2 hours away in Iowa, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. We had one on Sunday. Sunday was a action-packed day. Yesterday we had a Christmas, we had a Husker game. It was my son's 15th birthday yesterday. So we had a lot going on. But yeah, we'll get back to it. Hope you guys are safe and get the holidays started. I don't even have to ask. I just know.
Good morning, Ernesto.
Good morning, Ernesto. Happy Monday.
Oh, how'd you know? I ejaculated all over myself.
It's too bad. Too bad Elijah's not here today with us. You could hang out with him.
Yeah, you could rub it in.
Oh, yeah, I'll get him when he comes in, if he comes in. You know, because he knows he's going to get ribbed by me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I went to a kind of a cookout. We had the TV mounted outside, had a fire going. My buddy's friends are from dad, his mom from Michigan. Dad has the same condition as me. We hit it off. I was the life of the party, and I hadn't been the life of the party in a year at anything. And that's what got back to me this morning. And, it wasn't because of the Jaguars, it was because they're buying land right by where I deer hunt, and they're going to move down here. Their daughter lives in Tallahassee. The son's a dentist here in Jacksonville who's going to do my teeth for free. And, and just I have a passion for that forest. I've sent you've seen the pictures of me out in the woods, and it's just I was a different person than I was 6 months ago. And it ain't just because of the Jaguars and the traveling Trevors that we got now. They have Trevoring where you get on your knee and put your, like a Rocky stance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this town is a buzz. I haven't seen it like that since we lost to the Titans that third time. I'm still in the doghouse for that, and I'm divorced because I could have sold my tickets for $450 a piece, and I went and we lost. But so be it. What did you think of the game?
Jags look good, man.
They did.
Liam Cohen, he knows how to run an offense.
He's got
some weapons around him.
Yeah, the running game wasn't working, and Trevor took it on his shoulders, man. He's the stuff. I'm gonna have to forward Hooksy. There's this guy that does. He's the traveling Trevors. They have the 16 with the headband and the hair.
Yeah.
It's just they're just funny as all heck. But hey, you guys have a great day because I know I'm having a great day. Even though I really shouldn't have a great day because I got some news after the game that I really didn't like. But you ain't killing my mood, homeboys.
Atta baby. Head up. Keep charging.
Yeah, I'm like T the legend, man. Always got a smile on my face. Woo!
That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Ernesto. Appreciate you, brother. Good stuff right there. College football playoff. So many reactions, I guess. Validations all up and down the board. You start off Friday night with a pretty good one. How about Alabama? Oklahoma. Alabama gets it done 34-20. That was 17-0. 17-0. And you thought, oh, boy.
For those of you that aren't watching the stream right now, I'm shaking my head.
17-0. And all of a sudden at halftime, it's 17-7. You get a late pick six in that one.
Oh.
And then it was all Alabama in the third. 10-0 third quarter, 7-7, 34-20. Alabama advances. Mateer, there are 7-2 touchdowns. Simpson, 232. He had two touchdowns as well. And Bama advances.
Okay, yes, Alabama advances. But would you agree with me that Alabama didn't win that game, Oklahoma lost it?
Yes. Momentum killers all over the board there.
They did it to themselves. The punter dropped it.
How did you it just
I don't know. Maybe he just had a brain fart and who knows? Who knows? I've never seen anything like that. The Mateer pick six.
That was bad.
That was really bad.
He had a wide open lane to run.
Yes.
There was a lot of space there, and it was just a bad throw.
Mm-hmm.
Pick six, all momentum gone.
My friend, or he's my friend, but also my roommate.
Yep.
We're watching the game together, and he's like, I'm going to go get some food. Went to Wendy's or something down the street. Mm-hmm. And I think he was gone for maybe 10, 15 minutes, real time, not game time. It was 17-0 when he left. Came back, it was 17-17. He said, what happened?
Yep. Let me tell you about what happened.
Oklahoma gave that game to him.
They did. But Alabama, validation that they're there. A lot of people believe that they shouldn't have been there. Should have been another team in that slot, possibly Notre Dame in that one. And then you get the 11 o'clock start. You get the Miami, A&M. I don't know what to make of this game. Nothing at halftime. 10-3 is the final.
Ugly defensive battle that teams had to settle for field goals, and it was windy.
Man.
Yeah, it was
speaking of field goals, go back to the Oklahoma. How about what's his face? I don't know his nickname they call him, but his little short shorts.
Mm-hmm. Kid never misses field goals.
He went.
And he missed two of them.
He missed his first field goal of the year and his last of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big one because that would get you a one-score game, still have a chance. Other than that, it was just done. So I wanted to go back because it was really windy out there. I think Miami guy was like 1 of 4.
Yeah.
A couple of those from like point blank, like 20-something yards. Beck, 103 yards passing. Marcel Reed throws an ill-advised. They had a chance.
They sure did.
The late pick in that one. Don't know what to make of that one. Is that validation for Miami being put in? Probably so.
I think so. Yeah, to go on the road to Kyle Field, regardless of how it looked, it's one of the hardest places to play in college football. Getting a win there, sure, yeah, it validates you a little bit.
That thing was 278 yards of offense for Miami, 326 for 326 for A&M. A&M only rushed for 89 total yards. Not going to do it.
Bad.
And it didn't. Or is it a bad look on the SEC? Home team, ranked top 5, pretty much a lot of the year. 3 points.
Hosting a college football playoff game and only scoring 3 points is bad.
It's ugly.
It's really bad.
It's ugly. Now, the other 2 games, something has to change.
You want to talk about ugly?
Something has to change. Ole Miss that wasn't even close. 41-10. And that was a 7-point score in the fourth by Tulane.
It looked effortless.
It did, as it should
Mm-hmm.
in that environment. They don't belong. They didn't belong. No, a lot going on. You got that. The nightcap is the nightcap game is people are like, well, look at the points. This is going to be. It wasn't that close.
I think it was 40.
I mean,
48-18 at one point.
It was 48-20, somewhere in there. If I back out the fourth quarter, I mean, you're talking. This was like, was it 34-3 at half?
Looks a lot closer than
51-34. I mean, most people that I was with were watching this game because they bet Oregon. And that's all it was.
Yeah.
51-34. Disappointing. But as we expected, with the group of 5 teams that I think it's got to be fair. I heard people say, let's get 16. No, I think fix the 12.
12 is fine.
12 is fine, but fix the 12. Fix the 12. Get the best 12 teams in there. Or that group of 5. And I've heard Coach Saban talk about it a lot. There's got to be some entry. Like if the group of 5s are eligible, they got to be ranked in the top 15 or something.
Yeah, because I guess you don't want to like take away from the smaller.
You want to take away from it, but they got to have a prerequisite to get in.
Right.
Because this is what's going to continue to happen to those types of teams playing those schools.
They're just outmatched.
Yes. They're outmatched in every facet of the game. Now looking ahead, we got to wait for a few days. Second round, here we go. Wednesday, New Year's Eve, 6:30. Miami is headed to Columbus, Ohio State. Interesting matchup. Can Miami go in there, bully around, run the football against another really good defense?
I don't think so.
Currently, right now, by the way, that line has bumped out at 9.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play Ohio State right now, coming off of a loss in the Big Ten championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that defense is going to show up more than they already have this season.
Then on New Year's Day, boy, what a slate you get here, 11 o'clock. I think this has a chance to be the most electric football game coming up. Number 5, Oregon against Texas Tech.
Yeah, that'll be a great game.
That one has a chance to be really stinking good.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, currently, Oregon, by the way, favored by 1.5.
Really?
In that matchup. That'll be the Orange Bowl.
Is that one in Lubbock? Or
No. This is all. Now we're going to bowl games. First matchup is the Cotton Bowl. Miami, Ohio State will be the Cotton Bowl. And then Oregon and Texas Tech, the Orange Bowl. Right after that, you're going to get the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, Alabama, Indiana.
I think it'll be a good.
I'm not sure what I know what to make of that one yet.
Same thing. I wouldn't want to play Signetti either.
Indiana just a little less than a touchdown favorite, 6.5.
Sounds about right to me.
6.5. And then the nightcap from the Sugar Bowl, Ole Miss, Georgia. 6.5. Georgia.
Feels right to me.
The SEC,
too.
have they played each other this year? I'm not sure if they played. Did they play each other?
Ole Miss was up big in that game, and then Georgia came back slowly but surely. Ended up winning like 40 to 35 or something like that. It was a good game. Georgia's playing well right now. Indiana's playing well right now. Ohio State's really probably pissed off from the Big Ten championship.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's probably going to be another chalky round. Probably going to your higher seeds are probably going to wipe the floor again. Oregon Texas Tech is very interesting though. I don't know what to make of that one. I think Texas Tech's defense is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's getting healthy offensively. I think that'll be that's your closest spread for a reason.
It is. Yep. Everything else like that big one up top, and then that over under is 52.5. I'm in surprise, I guess, in the Ole Miss Georgia 56.5.
Ooh, yeah,
we're looking at points. Speaking of a lot of points, boy, Lane Kiffin got paid again. See that?
I did not.
The way his contract worked out, that LSU's picking up the tab on this, that's a $250,000 bonus.
Can you imagine if after all this, Ole Miss finds a way?
I hope, but he'd get paid $1 million, an extra $1 million if they win it.
Of course he would.
Isn't that crazy? Insane. But yeah, this whole thing, I'm just it just was a hard watch. I watched a couple. I didn't watch one snap of the Ole Miss game. I didn't want to be bored.
I did, unfortunately. I turned it off.
I did not want to be bored because I was just bored. I'm like, no, it just doesn't intrigue me to do that.
Yeah, it was tough.
And I was at a holiday party for the other one, so it was in the background. And it's too bad. Now we know why they put those games when they put them, because the NFL was running.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if something gets done about it. I am in full agreement with the 12 best teams getting in. I think it would have been much more entertaining to see, Notre Dame and Texas or possibly Vanderbilt, teams like that. Instead of just seeing, it's great for these schools for their programs, for the school in general, but it's just not. It's not good viewership. It's not going to bring good ratings. Consistently having group of 5 teams just get absolutely wiped like that in the first round. It's a free buy game for these Power 4 schools.
Mm-hmm. Right now, the way it sits, current odds to win it. We'll give you a top five odds. You've got Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Oregon, Texas Tech are your top 5 chances to win it. Lowest odds, worst odds, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
It would go Alabama, Miami, Ole Miss in that rank, but pretty close. I think it's Ohio State plus 180, Indiana plus 280, and then Georgia plus 450 in that range. Sounds about right.
Yep.
Sounds about right now. Just based on those spreads and maybe the path of success. I still don't mind Oregon's path.
No.
Right now.
If they get through Tech, they would get a rematch with Indiana, right?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
They would get that one. That'd be an intriguing get on that. So, college football, it's off and running, man. Bowl season is here. I think they go throughout the week this week, too. I've not really kind of taken,
yeah, we got some. We got
one today. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Washington State, Utah State today at 1:00. And then there's a slate. Haven't really looked ahead yet because I don't really care. I do, but I don't.
Bowl games have been tough to watch.
They've been a big, tough watch going at. So, all right, let's take a break. No, it's not been tough to watch college basketball. Some really good ones over the weekend. Let's look at that slate. Look at the slate ahead as well when we return. Oh, not there. Right there. Saturday had a really good slate of hoops. Really good slate.
Did you catch Puke losing?
Just the headline.
That was a great game to watch.
Just the headline.
I think Tech was down
It was 17. I read an article. I think it was 17 down. Where did they play that one at? Because
I'm not sure. I know it was in neutral, but
was that on Saturday too?
It was. Mm-hmm.
I did not, just because I was doing a lot of other stuff. But I did see they were down 17.
Yeah, Tech's got a good squad. Toppin will be a problem for a lot of people. Their little guard, what was his name?
They get up and down good too.
Anderson caught fire late in the game.
Did he?
He was shooting. He could have shot it from half court and it would have won. It would have won.
It's just what I've been watching and seeing is you can't let off the gas in college basketball right now.
You can have.
I mean, I watch my guys do the same thing.
Yeah, you definitely can't. I was watching a gross game yesterday. Clemson and Cincinnati. Clemson had like a 20-point lead at half. I think they won. They were up 38-18. They won 66-65.
Mm-hmm.
These teams just find a way to crawl back, I guess.
Oh, man. Sorry. All right. That's done. Mm-hmm. All right, done. That's nice to see. Boy, this weather this week, whoo!
Yeah,
It's incredible.
I think we got like 60 degrees on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm
take
down. I'm down.
Yo, remember back on the bully when cats used to harmonize like,
Check out situation.
yo, my men and my women, don't forget about the day. Listen,
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Boy, we just talked about the stream, man. What beautiful weather. I know some of you probably are like, doesn't feel like Christmas. It's Christmas. It has nothing to do with the weather for me. There's a reason for the season. Remember the reason for the season, folks, okay?
Yeah.
This weather can stay.
Hot take. I don't need snow on Christmas.
Nope.
I don't.
Nope. I don't need it. Personally, you know, I played last week. And I'm like, well, golf done for the season, unless I travel somewhere, which I have something coming back later on. But like, I'm done. Then you looked ahead, and I got a big old group text. There's 3 tee times tomorrow, and I'm like, yes,
Absolutely.
hit me,
Absolutely.
hit me. It's incredible. It's just incredible out there. So what's also been really good is college basketball. Boy, they're doing it right. And they do a lot of these little pod type things where, for instance, Carolina, I watch, being a Tar Heel fan, I watch them play Ohio State. That little 4 teams down there, not a tournament, just 4 teams, 4 really good teams. You get 2 matchups, get to watch some hoops. That was an intriguing game. And I watch it from 2 different perspectives because I'm a huge Tar Heel fan, obviously, but also got the chance to watch Ohio State play because we're going to see those guys later on.
Mm-hmm.
They're a scrappy basketball team. They can cause some problems. Thornton,
He's an animal, man.
man, he's a beast. They got some some athleticism on that team. Carolina was rolling in this thing. I mean, they were up 3 at half, up at much as like 12 to 15 points. And the ending to that game was incredible. The 3 goes up, comes off sideways left. Ohio State gets a rebound, block as time expired. Whew. Tough one. But again, some really good players in this matchup. When you look at it, you got maybe one of your first chances to watch Caleb Wilson play.
Yeah, he's a beast. 20 and 15.
He had 4 at half. Wasn't playing great. He's a double machine for Carolina. Vesar in the middle, big 7-footer, can get rangy, can shoot it from the outside. And fortunately for me, as a Tar Heel fan, Seth Trimble, welcome back, Seth Trimble, who had the freak weight room accident, broke his forearm. In his return, 6 of 13, 3 of 5. He had 17 points.
That kid's good.
He's athletic.
He really elevates that offense, I think, to a whole new level. Because a lot of it so far in the season has just been, Wilson kind of
he's just an athletic
running everything.
If you watch his footwork,
yeah.
It's really good. But look at Ohio State. They had 5 guys in double figures.
Mm-hmm.
You probably remember the name from around here, Amari Bynum.
You bet.
Omaha kid.
Omaha Benson, maybe.
Omaha Benson kid. He was electric. He was really good till he fouled out. 11.6 rebounds. He cost them probably played 27 minutes. Royal for them, 18 points, 8 rebounds. Tilly, their center, double, 12 and 3. Mobley, 13. And we talked about Thornton. Thornton, 16, 4 and 4. He was 7 of 16 shooting. They're going to be a tough one. Now, they're not very deep.
Yeah, I was just about to say
they're
that.
not very deep. They had their starting, that's their start. Their 5 all played 27 plus minutes. They had 3 guys. 3 guys played 30 plus minutes. 2 of those guys, Royal and Thornton, played 37 minutes off the bench. They got a few minutes from Noel and White, 12 and 13. So something intriguing to watch. Not a very deep team, but they are athletic. Of that, let's see, Michigan State. Boy, they're just fun to watch. Again, talk about them because they're coming up. Friday night, 8 o'clock, January 2nd. 79-70, played Oakland in that one, a good matchup. Boy, Kentucky is healthy, and you better watch out. I know we gave Kentucky a lot of hard time. Got freshmen back. They're getting healthy. They were in Atlanta. They were the game before Carolina, 78-66. And they beat St. John's.
And it was kind of like Nebraska Sunday night. First half, kind of lackadaisical.
Sleepy. They were down like 7.5.
Yep. And then 53 points in the second half. They started to figure it out. And they got back to like a Mark Pope style offense when he was at BYU and they had, the shooters.
Yep.
They started to look like that again. And Kentucky, like, the problem hasn't been the talent. They have talent all around the floor. I think it's just been gelling together and, obviously, like you said,
debuts of kids and hurt and injuries and
getting healthy. Yeah. Quaintance, getting him back is going to be huge. He only played 18 minutes. He's going to get a bigger role than that when he starts getting more and more healthy. That kid's good. And then you talk about Ohio State not being deep. That's one thing Kentucky is they
got 2 5s in that team.
Yeah, they'll do a full like hockey substitution. Yep. They got 10 guys they can go with. Diabate, Owe, Aberdeen, all those guys are great guards. They'll figure it out, I think. And they did on Saturday against St. John's.
Yes, they did. Another team that's figured out. I think these 2 teams are really good. Houston, they get the better of Arkansas. Houston is really good. They scored it was 94-85. Really highly contested game. Houston can defend at both ends. They're going to be a tough out.
And I want to say I watched this game.
I did.
Arkansas is good too.
They're good. They get up and down, don't they?
Freshman guards.
Oh boy,
Acuff, and they got another one. I don't know.
Acuff had. You see his stat line on Saturday? Or was it? Yeah.
What did he finish?
27, 5 and 7.
Yeah, that kid's good.
Woo!
Wagner, they got talent, man. And like they lose by 9 in this game, but I think Houston just pulled away. Arkansas is a very good basketball team.
A team that I can't figure out, but I know what about one of these teams. Purdue. Auburn? I don't know. They get beat by 28. Purdue beats Auburn 88-60. Where it showed a second half that Auburn only scored 28 points. 42-28.
Yeah, they're weird. Because they've showed some flashes. 1 point loss to Houston. That's respectable.
Yep. But I think they beat somebody good.
They beat St. John's. They beat North Carolina State, who's a good team this year.
But I don't know. Yeah, and it's interesting. I don't know about those 2 teams. NC State's a weird one.
Yeah. Still got to figure that out.
Will Wade. Whew.
He's a good coach.
He just hasn't figured it out quite yet.
But then Auburn loses by 29 to Arizona and 28 to Purdue.
When you get beat, you get beat.
Yeah. But you've made it competitive with some other teams now. So.
You mentioned the other game. This one was in New York City, by the way, Madison Square Garden. Texas Tech does get the better of Puke, 82-81. Again, don't worry about those 2 teams. They'll be just fine. And that one is just good commentary for me as another unbeaten falls, and it was not Nebraska. Another unbeaten falls. Arizona, easy work this week, and they're really good, and they're really fun to watch. 68-45 over San Diego State. See what's ahead for us. But college bad. Like, I love they do these little things. They're in Atlanta. They're in Madison Square Garden. Kind of all over the place with with their matchups.
Ton of high level matchups too.
Yep. Let's see. Today there's some top 25 matchups going on, but not at that level. A lot of these teams now we're going to get their break. They're going to go on a hiatus because there's a break coming up, like a mandated type break ahead of us coming up between over Christmas.
And then I think we'll get into conference play for everybody.
A lot of conference play is going to get started. I'm trying to look ahead here. Yeah, like a lot of it, especially like right after the first of the year. You'll get all the conference matchups started, all that rhyme or reason will start happening for college basketball. And it'll be a lot of fun. I just love how they get these. College basketball has figured out those early on matchups, high level matchups. And it's intriguing because these teams are excited to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do it from a strength of schedule, from everything that it offers. But it was fun. I watched more of that than on Saturday than I did the playoffs.
Yeah, me too. I got bored of Ole Miss and Tulane, and I was like, I'm finding something else to watch. Saw some high level college basketball.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it out there. There's a lot of it out there coming up. And again, like we said, you're Nebraska Cornhuskers, man. How about just being one of the last unbeaten teams in the country?
Have you watched any of Michigan State?
I have. I've watched a couple of Michigan State's games. They're athletic.
Uh-huh.
They're not ones that are going to burn you up on the 3 line. They don't shoot it very well from 3. But they're athletic, man. Is it Fevers? That his name?
Fears.
Yeah. Not Fevers. Fears. Whew.
They got experience. They got size. There's a reason they're number 10 in the country. Like you mentioned, Fears. You got I'm not even gonna try and say this last name. His first name is Divine. He's a 6'3" guard for Michigan State, but I can't say his last name. He's an incredible guard. And then you got size down low with Jackson Kohler and Carson Cooper.
Oh man, they're big in the middle.
They're
athletic.
That'll be
one of those guys can shoot the 3, or he will extend the offense just a little bit.
I think they both can, if I'm not mistaken. But that'll be challenge between. That'll be a great matchup down low for Burke and Rink, between Kohler and Cooper. And then you got Cohen Carr. What can you say about Cohen Carr and his athleticism? That kid can jump above the backboard.
Here's where they get you at. I'm looking at their stats again, and nothing really jumps off the board. They're just scrappy. They only make 7 threes per game, so it doesn't really scare you, right? They shoot it at about 35% from 3. Here's where they get it. In the country, they're 10th in rebounding. They're top 10 offensive rebounding team. 19 assists a game.
Mm-hmm.
And they turn you over 12, 13 times a game.
I think they are the epitome of a Tom Izzo coached basketball team.
Mm-hmm. They're just solid. They're tough.
They don't do, like you said, they don't do anything too crazy, but they just play good basketball.
Yep.
Shot's gonna go up. They're gonna box out. They're fundamentally sound. I think it'll be a really good game against the Huskers. Do you think Nebraska will be favored on their home floor?
Yes,
I do too. I think there'll be probably one.
It's gonna be something tiny, but I think now if we had not, I think there's belief now, and I think the odds makers we're gonna see that belief now.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Like they beat Illinois. It's like, all right, boy, these guys, they might be for real. That environment's going to be at a different level. But I think it might be a slight one. Now, I'm hoping Michigan State is favored. Can stick that right up on the board.
Please.
They don't respect you, is what that would be. Boy, thanks for hanging out with us. Everyone's out to a great start. Roll the windows down. It's going to be beautiful today. When we come back, Evan Bland, Omaha World, Hair Stories We Missed, and NFL Week 16, and a whole lot more.
Savings on car wash bundles and memberships. It's their jaw-dropping holiday sale.
Wow.
Annual plans are up to $100 off, making it the perfect time to upgrade. And Jet Splash's 9th location off 27th and Vine is now open.
Does it wash sleighs?
Shop local or online at jetsplash.com.
Well, does it?
Live, local, in our community. The KFOR Sportscasters Club has long been a supporter of young athletes and academics in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Follow your favorite team on air and online at KFORnow.com. Powered by Sandhills Global and Super C Convenience Store. Stay connected to Lincoln and Lancaster County High School athletics on FM 101.5, 1240 AM KFOR.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Ah, Cornelius, it's the holidays and Lincoln is positively abuzz about Jet Splash once again.
Have they started washing sleighs, Reginald?
Haha, not quite, but they are offering sleigh loads of savings on car wash bundles and memberships. It's their jaw-dropping holiday sale.
Wow.
Annual plans are up to $100 off, making it the perfect time to upgrade. And Jet Splash's 9th location off 27th and Vine is now open.
Does it wash sleighs?
Shop local or online at jetsplash.com.
Well, does it?
Live, local, in our community. The KFOR Sportscasters Club has long been a supporter of young athletes and academics in Lincoln and Lancaster County. Follow your favorite team on air and online at KFORnow.com. Powered by Lincoln Electric System and Forsyth Insurance. Stay connected to Lincoln and Lancaster County High School athletics on FM 101.5, 1240 AM KFOR.
Is your furnace ready for the cold winter? Call the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough heating check, giving you peace of mind, or steps to ensure a warm home throughout the season. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchange checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More, there's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wine. Guys in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The Department of Justice is facing backlash and criticism after its release of only some of the Epstein files when it had been ordered under law to release all of them by Friday's deadline.
President Trump signed the law requiring the Department of Justice release its Jeffrey Epstein files more than a month ago. And despite having weeks to prepare for last Friday's deadline, this morning the DOJ is under fire for uploading, according to sources, less than half of the documents they have.
ABC's Jay O'Brien, the two lawmakers who championed the new law requiring the document dump, are now drafting a House resolution holding Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt. The Trump administration pausing leases for 5 large-scale offshore wind projects under construction on the East Coast due to what it says are unspecified national security risks identified by the Pentagon. More than 100 million Americans are on the move during the busiest travel period of the year. Here's ABC's Matt Rivers.
The severe weather impacting travel for holiday plans with just 3 days until Christmas.
It's stressful.
TSA checkpoints and packed lines snaking through terminals. Officials expect nearly 53 million passengers between now and early January, close to 3 million per day.
Of course, there's always a possibility you bring the flu as a present or someone in your family does.
It's no coincidence that the holidays bring an increase in the spread of contagious diseases like the flu. We're getting it from our loved ones.
We want to be careful, especially around large families where there's elderly, infants.
Joshua Stroman is an emergency room physician in Central Texas.
Those are the patients who are most susceptible to the bad effects of the flu.
Health professionals like Stroman are urging everyone who can to get the flu shot. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Just in from Barry Manilow, the singer says after weeks of fighting bronchitis, he's now announced that doctors have told him he has lung cancer. You're listening to ABC News.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text TIGER to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's TIGER to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent.
Addressing the needs for more diversion to ease overcrowding. Good morning. I'm Jeff Modes. We're at 45 degrees at KFOR. Members of a grassroots coalition of 26 faith communities in the Lincoln area called Justice in Action gathered in front of the Hall of Justice and County City building on Sunday for a 12-hour prayer vigil to address the urgent need of expanding diversion programs.
County Attorney Pat Condon has a great program, a diversion program or problem-solving programs that help people get the assistance they need, whether that's drug addiction counseling and recovery or mental health care.
The Reverend Toby White, who's co-president of Justice in Action, tells KFOR News the underlying premise of their vigil is to bring attention to the overcrowding in the Lancaster County Jail. Lincoln Transportation Utilities Waste Management Division is reminding you to manage your waste and recycling during the holidays by using the free What Bin Does It Go In online service that you can find at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle. You may enter items in a search field to find out if they're reusable, recyclable, or hazardous waste, and how they may be disposed of, and if a disposal fee or restriction is required. Ryan Medical Center last Wednesday performed the first VELUS robot-assisted knee replacement surgery. It used advanced software and infrared camera, optical trackers, and AI to provide real-time data during surgery. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Brad Webb performed the surgery on a 54-year-old Gretna woman at Bryan West campus. He explained some advantages to this procedure.
One is a knee that's better balanced, better function. So in terms of regaining their range of motion, which is the big thing right after a total joint, is their motion gets back a little bit quicker.
The surgery lasted about an hour and was a success. The Gretna woman was discharged home the day after the procedure. Lincoln's first forecast today will be sunny with a high around 60. Right now, we're at 45 in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Motes, KFOR News.
Nebraska's state Christmas tree is now glowing brightly in the state capitol. Governor Jim Pillen did the official lighting on Saturday, December 6th. Join us anytime through Christmas on KFORnow.com to hear the music and excitement of the lighting ceremony. It's one of Nebraska's favorite holiday traditions. Sing along with your fellow Nebraskans and hear the governor's holiday message. Hear it on KFORnow.com. Presented by Black Hills Energy.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-335-2299. That's 800.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. I feel like we all need motivation like that this week.
Living on a prayer, baby.
Yeah, come on.
Most people have like the whole week off.
There's a lot of that. Really? The whole week?
Oh, yeah. My buddy's a teacher. He doesn't have to go back for like 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Teachers. Well, I'm going to say deserving breaks. They're all doing, the people's work.
Mm-hmm.
Being a teacher, a daycare providers, deliveries.
One of my roommates works at a daycare.
Yep.
They got the whole week off.
That's the people's work right there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many kids right now are like, man, I'm so glad my report card's not coming till after Christmas.
Did you ever hide the report card?
No.
Go to the mailbox before Mom gets to
I was
it?
too scared.
Sorry, Mom. They forgot to send them this semester.
No, man. Sometimes I wish I would have.
Yeah.
My kid's like, man, we'll be gone. We don't have to worry about that. We'll see it when we get back. Because we'll take a little hiatus afterwards. We'll take off, and the day after Christmas, we'll be back in time for the January 2nd matchup down at Pinnacle Bank. But, yeah, they'll get back, and then we get to open the mail. So they've already got their Christmas gifts. Then they get them, whatever. I hope they're good. They worked hard.
You haven't seen any sort of like nervousness around the house, or hey dad, you need me to do some chores for you?
No, you know what? That's like,
because that's how you know they're.
It's not that.
If just out of nowhere they're asking, "Do you need me to vacuum the floor?" It's because they're getting an F in math.
I'm getting that because it's leading up to Christmas.
Oh.
Every kid, I know if they remember, that's how they act. But that's what they do.
Trying to butter you up a little bit.
Hey dad, let me go get the laundry for you. Hey dad, clean my room. Hey dad. So you're doing what you're supposed to be doing already.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, every kid's acting great right now.
Mm-hmm.
What it's been, boy, Greg, you done working it? Teachers in daycare, I deserve way more love than delivery schmucks. No, man, you're doing the people's work right now. There's no doubt about that. Coming up, Evan Bland here in about 10 minutes. We'll have stories that we missed as well. NFL Week 16 come and almost gone. We got one more tonight. We'll get a little Monday night action tonight. Bills survive this week. They hold serve in the division 23-20. Did you see the only thing that was fun out of it? Not fun. I mean, boy. But there was a major injury in this one. Judkins gets hurt. Sounds like that's going to be out for a while with a ankle and all kinds of fracture and stuff going on in that one. But the sack, Myles Garrett doesn't get the sack because his teammate touched him before he did. He's going to get that sack.
He was swimming towards him to try to get him. Yeah, that was good.
He's going to get that sack. They do hang on 23-20. They hold serve, like I said. They now go to 11-4 in that one. The Bengals, hey, a good win for them. Burrow is committed to playing 309 4 touchdowns. Chase had 9 catches, 109. Quinn Ewers looked like a fish out of water, 45-21. That looked bad. And that one, I just get through. I am really mad because I kind of wanted to watch some NFL on Sunday. I had a lot going on. We were at a Christmas deal. I get it, NFL, the regional thing, but you know what I did not watch? The game that was on. And I don't have the red zone. I don't have any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Traditionalist, I'm going to watch whatever's on. Sorry, guys. You had to sit and watch the Titans and the Chiefs in the first session. Wow.
Ew, really?
That was what was on.
Ugh.
They showed you the Titans and Chiefs because of the regional action. Titans 26-9. Boy, Chiefs just look bad. An unfortunate situation in that one as well. Gardner Minshew goes down, torn ACL.
Yeah, they're reeling.
That's a high-level quarterback now. I'm not quarterback. Like, injury because you don't know where that injury to Mahomes is going to end up being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for all purposes, he'll be fine, but it's the timing of it now. And Gardner Minshew on a 1-year deal could have been a reputable backup, or at least somebody could start the season for you if it was the case that Mahomes wasn't back. Now, timing of that was we'll put him out for a longest minute period of time after that.
You try and pronounce their third stringer's last name.
Yeah, I'm looking at it going.
I tried for about 10 minutes and I gave up.
Odokun?
Aldukin?
Aldukin?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Point is,
wow,
they did not look very good in the second half and lose by 17 to a 3-12 Titans team. Do you think this could be like a domino effect for just the Chiefs dynasty in general to like blow things up internally?
I think it's good for them. I think ultimately this will turn out to be for them. Obviously, you don't want the injuries. Not saying you want the injuries, but missing the playoffs and trying to reset the program there. They're going to be in a very favorable draft position now, the way it's going. But it is. I think it's come to an end where it's also being in the playoffs that many years in a row and making that longer runs that many years in a row. It's time for a little reset.
Yeah,
it's a good break. Now, I don't think they're sitting there going, glad we missed the playoffs. We need a break. But they look back and go, this could be a moment in Chiefs history where it's either continues to propel them with the decisions they make, or could be different.
Yeah, it's a big turning point in their franchise for sure.
Chargers hold serve. They keep rolling 11-4 now, 34-17 over a boy. Again, I get it, you're out of the playoffs, but that Cowboys team does not score in the second half. No points in the second half. 34-17. Herbert another 302 touchdowns in that one. Boy, that's an interesting game because there's a match that we could talk about coming up that could be real intriguing coming up. Vikings, they get another one, 16-13. We can go on from that. Big one in that South. How about the Panthers? The Panthers get a huge win over the Bucs, 23-20. And now when Baker ain't Baker right now.
No.
Baker's hurt.
He said he felt better, but
he don't feel any better.
No.
They had just gone, boy, it's about falling off a shelf. We were talking halfway through the season, maybe MVP style Baker Mayfield, and now you're like, what is going on with that and that offense? They lose 23-20. We'll talk about divisions and playoffs here coming up in a minute. Don't care about the Falcons and Cardinals. Sorry about that. We kind of mentioned this a little bit early in the deal, but Jacksonville 34-20, big win in that one. Trevor Lawrence another 3 touchdowns. ETN gets some yards, 50 yards. Washington 145 and a touchdown. Bo Nix does throw for 352 and a touchdown. Motivation, I thought, was the big factor in this one when I looked at this game. Not that the Broncos didn't want to keep winning. I'm not saying that. But the motivation of for that division that Jacksonville's in, there was playoff implications on the line. Houston is sitting right there behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's a lot going on. But they continue to roll 34-20. Texans get a little scare.
Which was surprising.
Surprising. Geno had 2 touchdowns. Stroud 187, 1 touchdown. They win. They get it done, 23-21, just to stay right there where they need to be at that one. Boy, maybe another surprising one. What in Detroit is going on?
Something's off.
My goodness. Goff 364, 3 touchdowns. Montgomery does not get any yards. Aaron Rodgers just game managing the whole thing, isn't he?
That was
They're 9-6 now, 29-24 victory on the road at Ford Field.
That was a vintage Rodgers game. He looked really good in that one. But I don't know what's up with Detroit, really.
I don't know. Yikes.
Are they missing Ben Johnson calling the plays?
Maybe, because Ben Johnson's doing a pretty good job where he's at.
They got pretty much the same roster.
Yeah.
They got the same guys, but just not the same Lions team as last year.
Your Patriots get a big time fourth quarter in this one, 28-24. They beat the Ravens. Boy, Drake made 380. Oh my goodness, 2 touchdowns as well. Stephon Diggs, another nice day for him. 9 catches, 138. They hold serve. Keep the division lead right now.
I'm slightly upset because I didn't get to watch this game, unfortunately. I was busy last night. So I saw the final score. I was happy about that. But
Baltimore's in a very weird spot. coming up. I think they'll have decisions to make as well with that group. Eagles, blah, blah. This Packers game, odd. They lose 22-16 in overtime on a awesome dynamic throw by Caleb Williams in that one as well. He's 252 touchdowns. And then another injury for the Pack. Jordan Love concussed.
Mm-hmm. Malik Willis came in and looked pretty good.
He looked pretty good.
But, yeah, poor Packers, man. They can't stay healthy. And that onside kick, Romeo Dobbs, it's in your hands.
I know.
And then I told my roommate, as soon as the Bears got that onside kick, I said, oh, they're winning this game. You could just feel it. They had some juice.
Yeah.
That crowd had some juice. They went into overtime. They were all pumped up. And what a throw by Caleb Williams to end the game.
Oh, my God.
And what a catch by DJ Moore.
Yep. Dynamic. They get it done. They hold serve there in that one. Now you look at the AFC playoff picture right now. You got a couple clinched. Denver clinched last week. New England, that when they clinch a playoff spot right now. Not a lot has changed. You got Broncos sitting at the 1 spot, Patriots at the 2 spot, Jags in the 3, Steelers at the 4, Chargers 5, Bills 6, Texans hanging on right there in the 7 spot. On the flip side, the Hawks, the Hawks, they know they're in the 1 spot, but Bears at the 2 spot, Eagles 3, Panthers 4 spot. My goodness.
4-seed Panthers.
Oh, boy. What's fun is happening here. Rams 5, 49ers 6, Packers hanging on to the 7 spot in that one when you look at it. But there's, 1 week to go?
2, I think.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
I think. I could be wrong.
A lot of clinching has happened on the NFC side when you look at Seattle in, Bears in, Philly in, Rams in, Niners are in. There's only a couple of spots that's still vying for out there in those divisions right now. When you look at that schedule coming up, obviously there's one tonight. 1 week 17.
That's it.
You get Christmas Day games, a lot of games coming up here. No, maybe another one. Sorry, I apologize. 2 more weeks. Week 17, Denver, Kansas City will not carry the same, but here's a couple of ones to watch for next week coming up. Houston and the Chargers. Be a good one because that if the Chargers can get it done against Houston and the Broncos thing, they're playing for the division in week 18.
Huge one.
Huge one.
As far as seeding and even getting into the playoffs, because there's still some teams that are like on the bubble. The Colts and the Ravens are still a long shot, but they could get it done with some help from other teams.
Yeah, you look at those teams that need a lot of help out there. Houston sitting there 10-5. The Colts are back at 8-6. Baltimore 7-8. I mean, it's a really close race in there. There's teams that are just 1 win away from getting clinched. The NFC, it's starting to really narrow down when you start looking at these. A lot of these games coming up will be all about seeding when you start looking at it, or teams just again trying just to hang on with especially like look at the Pack. Talking about like hanging on. Whew. Their path this week. Who they got this week? Oh, the Ravens.
Wow.
In Green Bay.
Talk about a big game for both teams.
Oh, my gosh. Huge. Huge. And who knows if the Pack will have their guys with them. So much to be decided. Standings wise, again, some fun ones coming up. Again, Patriots, they're hanging on. They've got a 1-game lead in the division with 2 to go. Pittsburgh, an insurmountable. They've got a 2-game lead on Baltimore right now. When you look at that, it's given Baltimore about a 6% chance still to make the postseason. Right now, the division, the South, Jacksonville, 78% chance to win the division. Both the top 2 teams are 98 plus to make it. Obviously, Jacksonville is in. They're 100% chance to get in. Divisions, again, we talked about that one. Denver and the Chargers still undecided going forward. That could be coming down to week 18, having to play each other for the division and some seeding there as well. You look at the other one there, Green Bay. That thing is a 2-game lead now by the Bears going into the final few weeks of that one. Right now, it's given Detroit 5% chance to make the playoffs, 95 for Green Bay as you look at the schedule ahead. You also have that 1-game lead out there for the Carolina Panthers. Boy, that's a big lead. 2 games left right now. Still, Tampa Bay's got a little heartbeat right there, 40% chance to make it. And then you look at the other division. All three of those 4 teams have clinched the playoffs. Now it's all about the division going forward. Hawks 12-3, Rams 11-4, and San Francisco 10-4.
You got Green Bay and Baltimore fighting for a playoff spot, and you're gonna have Malik Willis versus Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we were looking for, wasn't it?
Man,
that's what we're looking for. So there'll be a lot of that coming up. A lot of NFL stories coming up as well. We'll be talking about it as we move about the week a little bit. So let's take a break. Let's come back with our guy from up north, Omaha World Herald's Evan Bland. Boy, there's so many storylines that coming up in the NFL. It's going to be so much fun.
oh goodness.
Excuse me. All right. Oh, boy. On a Tuesday. Boom, boom, boom. I'm so tired. I need this water so bad this morning.
Water?
Oh. Well, I wasn't like prepared for like a Sunday fun day yesterday, and it turned into one. We went from a kid's birthday. It's 15 yesterday. We had some morning stuff with that. We had a Christmas yesterday at 12:30. I got back to my house about 3 from that. He had 3 buddies coming over, or 2 buddies coming over. We left about 4 to go downtown for the hoops. I met up with other buddies that were there. We ended back up somewhere afterwards for one after the game. And it was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, man, this started at 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's too much. All right, I'm going to get Evan on the line.
So definitely on the water. All right. There's another text coming in. Welcome back in the morning hookup. That time. It's that time for Omaha World Herald's Evan Bland. Evan, happy Monday. We got him. Evan, happy Monday. Here we go.
Happy Monday, guys.
There it is. We just had to click a little button on our end. It's a Monday. I think everybody's like everybody. We're walking through the holiday week already so far.
Yep, checked out, ready for Christmas. Those buttons will push themselves.
That's what we hope, right? That's what we hope as well. Boy, thoughts on the Broncos? I talked to Elijah this morning a little bit about the Broncos, and are you in that camp? Because I don't know how I feel about this. Not that you want to lose, but maybe you needed one to get yourself in check, kind of moments.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's what it is. I mean, they had an 11-game win streak. It's been a long time since they lost a football game, and so it like when you do finally lose one, I guess it can go one of two ways. It can kind of snap you back into the process that got you to that point, or maybe it can be a little disillusioning too, and snowball. I hope not as a Broncos fan, but Jacksonville's a good team too, and they made some outstanding plays in that game yesterday afternoon. So it's not like you rolled over and laid an egg against a bad team, but it's going to be hard to get that one seed. It should be hard to be in that position in the AFC. So I still like what Denver's about. I still think their defense is a championship level type of unit. The offense, it kind of comes and goes and did again yesterday. But yeah, I think like with the playoffs on the horizon, having another loss to sort of reset and refocus, hopefully isn't the worst thing in the world for those guys.
Also, let's talk a little Husker hoops as we go along. 12-0 now. Last night I thought maybe what you just described maybe was a little Husker hoops in the first half, a little sleepy time, did not look themselves. But I will say this, and I think it's one of those things that's I don't think we've ever had to say, but top 15 teams have those moments, but then top 15 teams go, okay, let's go back to being ourselves and score 54 points in a second half, and ends up being a blowout victory for Nebraska.
Yeah, what's the saying? Winners win. Like they're finding a way to get it done, even on games where they don't have their best stuff. And Nebraska has more talent than North Dakota. I don't know that they have like an overwhelming amount of extra talent. So like at some point they started doing what they do. They hit shots, and Berke has the triple double, which is kind of a cool thing. And typically, like in a lot of places this time of year when students are on break, like the home court atmospheres are sort of sleepy, and that was not the case at PBA last night. I mean, you still had, I think it was a sellout or close to a sellout, and the atmosphere was electric and kind of pushed Nebraska through a little bit when it needs to. So, I mean, if you're going to have a team that either starts slow or finishes slow, I'd take the first option on that one. And so, like, I always think that's one of the main markers of a good basketball team is like, what do you do when you aren't shooting lights out? Like, do you have a reliable defense, a steady defense that you can lean on? Are you able to score in other ways than just shooting threes? And I think Nebraska is continuing to show that, and they're having the kind of season to where you almost don't want to look ahead to Michigan State. Like that's not a situation Nebraska's been in a ton, where they have a big game coming up and it's tempting to overlook the team that's in front of them. And to their credit, like they figured it out and played their game. So I think everyone continues to look forward to that January 2nd game against Michigan State and seeing if they can take that next step. But man, I mean, talk about momentum snowballing and like a team identity coming to fruition and role players and age and like all the things that you talk about trying to get, like we're seeing the benefits of that right now. And it's, I mean, what a start to this year for Nebraska. It's going to be fun to see where it goes.
Evan, we saw Oogie show up questionable on the injury report, saw him warming up, but he didn't see the field. Do you think that was just more so a flow of the game sort of thing, and probably just wasn't any moment to get him in? And then when he does come back, how much of the rotation do you think he'll be in?
Well, I think you got to ease back into it regardless when you're talking about a guy who hasn't been on the floor at this point. I think the next game would be ideal for that, especially if you're able to build up a lead early and get going from there. I don't know that Michigan State's the game you want to reintroduce him in and try to figure things out when you've got such a flow to this point. So I think, yeah, in a perfect world, it would be that final bye game before the new year and trying to find a spot for where he could fit in. And it's kind of an interesting spot, right? Like usually typical Nebraska basketball seasons, you'd be looking at his return as like, okay, hey, they can provide a spark, and maybe this is a sign of optimism. Now the way that their rotation has come together and the specific roles that guys have, you almost have to be a little bit more careful with when he comes in, how often he comes in, because of the balance that you've got at this point. Now you're going to need that depth and versatility in Big Ten play. It's a grind, and inevitably somebody's going to get banged up, and so you're going to need him. But I think Nebraska right now has the luxury to say, okay, we'll pick our spots with him initially, and maybe there's going to be a spot down the road where you need him a little bit more. But they are not in a position where they need him to start winning games, because they're already doing that. So I'd look for him, ideally to maybe get some chunk minutes next time out, and then probably picking their spots a little bit more carefully as you get into Big Ten play.
Evan, talk about these guys and their roles as well. Obviously, Ugi will get his time and get worked back, but what we currently have is you got a lot of good athletes that are just playing good roles, and they're settled into it. And I think one that has made that transition into the role is Berke. When you look at Berke, look what he continues to offer. And I think now, last night, school's fourth triple-double in its history happens last night. But talk about what you see with like a Berke type guy, because he has energy, he's long, he's athletic, and I think he's kind of found his lane now, what he provides, and especially on the defensive side.
Right. Yeah. I mean, versatility. Like he's going to get you some buckets. He's tenacious on the boards. He's kind of a sneaky good passer, and yeah, he's going to embrace the defensive side of it. So like, I don't know that anybody came into the year thinking that Nebraska basketball would have like the kind of depth that they do. Like, I think he kind of knew who some of the stars were. Price Sanford, like he has games when he's shooting lights out and games when he can be more of a role player. Berke had his, I guess, breakout game last night and has versatility. Sam Hoiberg has been the best guy on the floor at times, not just because of overwhelming ability, but just as like a glue guy who facilitates and makes smart winning plays. And Cale Jacobson's had his moments on the floor. Garcia has come on and like he's had some moments where you're just like, who is this guy? Like in key spots, coming in and finding some buckets and making some hustle plays. And so, like that's a great luxury to have in the Big Ten. Is when, again, you've got to grind ahead. You're going to have some long travel trips and some quality opponents that you're going to play. You can't rely on like one or two guys. Nebraska's done that a lot over the last 10 to 15 years when you've had one or two guys. And if that person's not going, like, where's the offense going to come from? Right now, you've got a bunch of different options, kind of fail-safe candidates who can come in and score or can make plays defensively. And so I think that's maybe the most encouraging part of Nebraska is there's not just one game plan or path to victory every time out. Like, it could be 3 or 4 different guys having a big game, and it's fun to watch this kind of complementary team basketball as opposed to, isolation, one-on-one, shooting up a three. Like, it's fun to watch. And when you get proof of concept, when you start getting the results that Nebraska's had all season, guys lean into that more. And I think that's where a lot of this momentum is coming from, is these guys are seeing the positive results and really doubling down on kind of the process even more as we go.
Again, we're speaking to Evan Blam, Omaha World Herald. Evan, let's go a little football a little bit. We do have a bowl game coming up, and I think more intriguing right now is Coach Rule. Obviously, we've seen the hat backwards. We've seen him, he's digging in. He's filling a defensive line presence right now, going back to his roots a little bit, but pretty adamant when asked about this whole thing about possibly being a reset. Give me some thoughts on that, because we hadn't really seen, we've seen him passionate at the podium before. This one took it to a new level when he really went into not a reset, don't understand it, what it was like when I got here, kind of throwing a little bit back to when he got here to being at back-to-back bowl games. To me, it was interesting. He went to that level of passion with what's going on.
Yeah, he was irked, no question about it. And I thought it was notable in a few ways. One, I thought he did touch on the way things were prior to his arrival, probably more pointedly than he has at almost any other point since he's been here. And talking about how the program was, dead for 10 years and things hadn't been done that needed to be done. And he had to do things that the new coaches at a lot of places don't. And I think a lot of that's infrastructure and, just all the stuff that they've built up, the strength training stuff, the nutrition aspect of things. Obviously the facilities were under construction at that time. Connections with donors, those kind of relationships, maybe were not where they needed to be. So there were a lot of things for Matt Rule as the CEO of the program to do and to handle beyond the football stuff. And so I think his point as it related to like him getting back and helping coach the D-line was like, now he's finally in a place where he can do that because a lot of the other support areas are in place and the people that he wants running those areas are in place. And so there was some encouragement there. And so I think he just bristled at this idea that through 3 years, it's just like you're erasing the Etch-a-Sketch and starting over with something different, because there has been a lot of work done behind the scenes to establish that infrastructure to where now they can build on that. I thought what he said about Bill Belichick telling him it takes you 3 years to get your staff in place was interesting. And I mean, you look at their staff right now, there's only a couple of guys who are still in the roles that they were in when Matt Rule came to Lincoln a couple of years ago. E.J. Barthel is the running backs coach and Rob Dvorak at linebacker. That's it. Like everybody else has either had the role change or, it's somebody different than who it was initially. So the way that he put it is he's tweaking the roster, the staff. This is about growth and not a reset. And he points to the record, which has gotten incrementally better every year, 5 wins to 6 wins to now 7 wins in the regular season. So all those things are true. And so I think, he just took exception to the idea that you're starting over when there's been a lot of work put in to get where they are. And two, you notice maybe he took a little, he took note of the fact that some of the other coaches hired at the time that he was hired maybe aren't in as good of a place. You think about Wisconsin or Colorado or some of these other places that hired at the same time. It's not Indiana, but it's better than maybe a lot of the other peers out there. And I think he was pretty passionate about making that point when he was asked about it last week.
He also brought up, wanting to bring in a mobile quarterback and sort of, not changing the offensive game plan, but Jeep Wade was the offensive line coach at Georgia Tech, and he mentioned utilizing, quarterback runs and counter plays and things like that to just change the flexibility of the offense. How do you think that sort of mentality would mesh with a Dana Holgorsen style offense?
Oh, I think pretty well. I mean, you heard Holgorsen when he talked last week, he called it refreshing, the idea of having a mobile quarterback back there. And, like Dylan Raiola did a ton of things well, but one of them just, he wasn't the guy who was going to pull it down and, get you 5 or 6 in a key spot. Like that's just not his game. And I think it's not even necessarily about being a dual threat, quote unquote, but like just be functionally mobile. Like Fernando Mendoza at Indiana is not a dual threat guy, but when he needs to, and when he needed to win a Big Ten title, like he can pull it down and get you 6 or 7 yards. Like he's able to do that. And I think it'll be interesting to see where Dylan ends up, because I think his skill set is such that if he's surrounded by elite talent, like he can be that point guard, he can be that facilitator at a really high level because of his arm talent, but you got to have that protection and that skill set around him that Nebraska didn't necessarily have. And so we've seen how Nebraska's attack looks different with TJ Lateef, and you can bet that whoever they find in the portal is going to be somebody who does have that ability to beat a team with its legs. And not that we're going back to the Adrian Martinez era of tons of QB runs, but you just have to have that element. And I think Nebraska's excited about that. I know, again, based on his comments, that Dana Holgerson's excited about that. And it's just, I think, going to be a matter of, are you going to open the wallet for a more established starter in the transfer portal, or is this going to be more of a situation where you add some younger depth pieces that potentially could compete with TJ Lateef and beat him out? We'll find out here in a few weeks.
Evan, with the bowl game coming up, there's a lot of different things, and there's been a lot of talk about Utah and what they present. But what are there any bowl storylines for Nebraska? Because there's opportunities here for Nebraska, within the game. There's the game itself, but position battles, anything like that to watch for, because there are some opt-outs and there's some guys not playing. There's some portal things happening so we're still not all the way done with that yet. But what storylines will you be intrigued by as this team will take on Utah on the 31st?
Yeah, there are a lot. I mean, you can start with quarterback and you see how TJ Lateef performs as long as his hamstring's 100% and he's ready to go from that standpoint. But I do think how he performs in that game against a so-so Utah defense could inform, at least to a degree, what Nebraska does in the portal at that position. Certainly running back is another one where you don't have Emmett Johnson in this game. And so what do you see from Isaiah Mosey and Mekhi Nelson and Quentin Ives? Like, those guys have gotten really just a handful of carries all year, and most of them not in key moments when the game's still in doubt. So can one of those guys do something that gives you encouragement that they could be the guy next year? Or is this a reminder that you're really going to have to go in the portal for a playmaker at that position? Rocco Spindler's sitting out this game with the finger, and so you got Tyler Kanak in there at right guard.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a senior next year. Like, is this a situation where he can be a senior leader and a starter and someone that they can rely on? Or again, do you feel like you're going to have to dip down into your roster or down into the portal at that position? And then I think the other one is that defensive front that just got run over by by Penn State, by Iowa. Like, it's largely going to be the same group in this game, but with a different defensive coordinator and maybe with a little bit of a different scheme approach. Like, how different does that group look? Like, if they can shut down or at least somewhat limit Utah, which leads the country in yards allowed or in yards per carry, like, then I think that suggests that the coaching may have been more of the issue this year. If Utah continues to run roughshod the way that Penn State and Iowa did, then I think that probably suggests that you're going to have to upgrade your personnel, whether through development or through the portal again next month. So I think there are a lot of opportunities in a lot of different spots where you look at and say, who's going to announce themselves now for what they're going to do in 2026, the way that we saw Donovan Jones and Vincent Shavers do last year in the Pinstripe Bowl. Like, who's going to be that guy or those guys now? I think there's a lot of opportunity. And in today's climate, when you do have opt-outs and guys that are transferring, like, these games are sort of sneak peeks and previews at what you're going to see next year. And so I think it's a big opportunity for some of those guys and guys who have new position coaches. You're trying to make a strong impression. So I think it'll be big for both lines in that regard as well.
It is a big opportunity for some young guys to make a jump, but there is a 16.5-point spread on this game. What is your overall pulse on the makeup of this game? Utah runs the ball, one of the best in the country, and Nebraska, as we all know, has not been well at defending the run. New defensive coordinator, interim defensive coordinator for now. What is your overall pulse on how this game goes?
Well, I'm a big believer in these non-CFP bowls that motivation is a bigger deal than it would be during the regular season. And so, the Utah side's interesting because you do have their head coach and Kyle Whittingham. He's stepping down from the role. He's moving on after this game. And so there's going to be, you would think, some significant motivation there. But at the same time, both of their tackles are opting out. They're going to both probably be first-round NFL draft picks in the spring. And so those guys aren't participating in this game. That's a significant deal. And I think on the Nebraska side, you're without Emmett Johnson, which obviously he was the focal point of the offense all year. You're without one of your interior line starters in Rocco Spindler. Without Deshaun McCullough, who was your starting edge, so you're down and you're limited a little bit there too. So it does kind of feel like the personnel side is sort of a wash, more or less, with the opt-outs that are in place. And then I just think, Utah probably, it's such an interesting one because they want to play for their head coach, but I think you hear kind of the vibe out of Salt Lake City. They were upset with how the year went. They went 10-2, but they felt like, CFP was a reasonable destination. And so, there was a letdown out there too, whereas I think Nebraska feels like it needs to atone for how the last couple of games went. So I think from a motivation standpoint, it's probably somewhat even. And so my inclination when you look at the big spread would be to say in my opinion, the game doesn't size up to be that lopsided. And I think it'll be closer than that. Utah's got more talent, I think, objectively, but I do think it'll end up being a closer game than maybe what some of the odds makers would expect.
Well, Evan, also some news out of the baseball world. The MLB Desert Invitational got our opponents out there. A lot of them are going to jump off and go, man, that intrigues you. But their records last year will jump off the table at you as Nebraska will open their season out there.
Yeah, I mean, we already knew that Nebraska's February was going to be a bear when you talk about that showcase event in Arlington, and then you had that series at Auburn. But now your 4 opponents for that Desert Invite too, and I mean, you got UConn, which is the Big East favorite going into this year. They've been a steady postseason team. Northeastern, who Nebraska's faced in the tournament not all that long ago, they're a solid East Coast squad, and then Grand Canyon, which has been one of the more up and coming programs in the Southwest for the last few years is good. And then and who knows what Stanford's going to be. I mean, that was a team that made the College World Series 3 years in a row, and then the portal and the NIL world hit, and that program suffered for it. But we'll be curious to see what kind of talent they have this year and how they're able to bounce back. So it's a deal where we'll see what the weather's like around here in early February, but you'd hope. Nebraska's going to be aiming to hit the ground running because that's the resume opportunities are going to happen right out of the jump when you're down there in Scottsdale in that opening weekend. So they knew it would be a challenge. It was a challenge for them last year. And if you can go down there and I would say split, I mean, that's probably a successful weekend to start for a colder weather school. And, the resume opportunities, the RPI building chances are going to be there if Nebraska's up for it.
I just got super excited. You ever looked and go, oh man, 2 and 2 just equaled 4. Things come together. I'm in Scottsdale during this time.
Oh,
I just got super excited because I have a conference down there. Exact dates. Yes.
Heck yeah.
All
right.
I'll be watching Husker baseball and hanging out.
You be the correspondent down there. That'll be great.
Yeah, perfect. Look at that. So, Evan, man, thank you for the time, my friend. We're gone for a little hiatus, so have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, you and your family, and thanks for taking the time every Monday to hang out with us.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys. See you in 2026.
That's right. Thanks, Evan. Evan Blam, Omaha World Herald. Great stuff from him. Let's take our final break. We'll come back with stories that we missed. My gosh, I just put all that together. I'm like, I am actually there for a convention that doesn't start until that Sunday.
Heck yeah.
And it's also timing where the kids are out of school. Come on now. Whew. What is that?
This is a great comment from a Creighton fan. Every time Nebraska plays a mid-major, they look so bad. And every time they play a good team, they look even better. It's so
Yes,
true.
so true. Yes.
You beat Wisconsin by 30, but you struggle with SC Upstate and Winthrop and North Dakota.
50, right. For you saying 58 stops completely during show. What?
Are you kidding?
You're a maniac. Get it done. 58 stops completely during show. Thanks for hanging out with us when you're doing this. Hopefully we're providing a little bit. That's crazy. Tomorrow's the last show until 26.
Oh, man. This year went fast. Holy crap.
That's incredible. Sorry, that's loud.
That means I'm going to turn 24 this year.
Whoa, let's go. When is this year?
Kobe year, yeah.
Or coming up?
In May, yeah.
May.
The stories we miss. The Morning Hookup.
Welcome back in. Special thanks to Evan Blam, the Omaha World Herald. Boy, is there any... I'm not making light or fun, but Jake Paul got knocked up out. Boy, he could have died in there.
That was tough. That was brutal to watch.
It was brutal to watch the entire 6 rounds we watched, but it was so much intrigue behind it.
His jaw broke, right?
2 places.
Yeah.
Those pictures I saw, nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I watched it with a bunch of 15-year-olds. Yikes. Knocked out. But did you see, I heard that he made $92 million.
Oh, yeah. That's all that stuff's for is money.
But that's crazy. 92 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he got knocked out.
Did you see... Well, you probably didn't see this. The final play of the Steelers and Lions game.
I did not.
Oh, man. This was nuts. The Lions are driving down the field. They're down 5 points. I think they're inside the 10-yard line or something like that. They throw it. Jared Goff finds Amon-Ra in the end zone. He catches it. He is caught at the one, or he is tackled at the one.
Oh.
But he pitches it backwards to Jared Goff, who then runs it into the end zone. But there is a flag on the play that was offensive pass interference on Amon-Ra. So the ruling on the field was a touchdown by Jared Goff.
Yep.
But because of the offensive pass interference, it got wiped off. The clock ran out. Ball game.
Oh, my
Over.
goodness.
I had never seen anything like it.
My goodness.
None of the refs knew what to call. Nobody on the field knew what was going to happen. And then the ref comes out and he says, ruling on the field is a touchdown, but there's a flag. The game is over.
Oh, boy.
Everybody walks off.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Can't believe you haven't brought this up. Baseball.
What do we got?
What about sources are saying the Red Sox have acquired a first baseman?
We did. I am so checked out.
Wilson Contreras.
Really? We got Contreras?
So the Red Sox acquired first base Wilson Contreras in a trade with the St. Louis Cardinals on Sunday. The second big deal between the team this winter as the Cardinals rebuild. That's open on ESPN. That came out yesterday about 8 o'clock last night.
Wow, I will take that.
How about that for your Red Sox?
Yeah, because I don't know when Casas is going to come back.
Woo!
And if he does, he'll probably DH. Wow, yeah, we needed that. We were very thin on first base last year. Now it's time to go get some pitching. Please, front office, please go get some pitching.
If we could get him on the line right now.
Yeah.
Boy, that was way too quick. One more show before Christmas. Man, one more show for 2026. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, Robin Washut, Brian Munson, Monday Night Football. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to talk about, let us know. Have a great Monday. Again, if you get a chance to roll those windows down, it's going to be a beautiful day. Have a great Monday. We'll catch you on a Tuesday.